There we go. All right, let me get this set up. Bulldog, hey, how are you? I was planning on doing this stream about an hour ago, but I had to do something, so yeah. But yeah, how are you, man? Thank you for coming out tonight. Talk about video. That could I could actually. It's a Q&A. I'm doing a Q&A, so you can ask me about video games, like what I play and anything. So yeah. Let me get this all. Yeah, I do play some video games. So yeah, feel free to ask me about which ones I play. I'll be, yeah. This is pretty much just a Q&A session, just so I can really interact with all you guys and say thank you for 100. So yeah, I'm just gonna give this a few more minutes and then I'll begin. And there is a giveaway at the end of this, so if you want to enter that giveaway, stay tuned for the end because I got some really cool things back here that. Ooh, what came first, the chicken or the egg? Okay, okay, this is like the age-old question here. So I don't know what my stance on this is. I don't know what side I'm on. This is like asking me about T Series or PewDiePie. I don't know what side I'm on. Actually, I don't know because I really don't watch either of them. But the chicken or the egg. Okay, I'm trying to think of my stance on this. Oh god. So if an egg came first, the chicken would hatch out of it, which would lay more eggs. But if it was a chicken first, the chicken would lay the eggs, which would make more chickens. Now, now according to the Bible, though, when God created everything, He created it living. So if you're going by the Bible, the chicken came first. But I don't know. But if you're going by evolution as well, the egg. I don't know. If you're going by evolution, the birds evolved from dinosaurs. So something had to have happened in that egg to cause the chicken. So that means the egg would have come first. Um. So yeah, I did like. That's actually a really fucking hard question, but fucking hell, man, I don't know. I really don't know. I have to say, I guess the chicken? I don't know. I really don't know. What do you think came first, Bulldog? The chicken or the egg? Because personally, for me, like I said, I do not know what came first. I really don't know. Not yet. No, sadly. Um, it does not work yet. The thing is, um, that isn't working, so I can't stream on my computer without it like freezing like halfway through and just pretty much shutting down the stream for everyone. So I'm in the past few streams I have been streaming on my phone. So that means I can't take calls. And the thing is with taking calls and everything, I haven't been able to take them for a while. I haven't been able to use that app that I use, and the app reassigned my number to somebody else, so I no longer have that number. So once I get everything figured out and all good, I should have a new number that you guys can call in, and it'll be all good. So I'm gonna try to fix this, but as of right now, I can't take call-ins right now. As much as I'd like to, I can't. So um we'll get it back though. We'll get it back. Don't worry. All right. So with this being said, guys, hi guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to this very special episode of Cryptocast. I'm your host Parker. Today's sort of a more laid back episode. I wanted to thank you all for 100 subscribers. Like, this is a milestone I've been wanting to reach for a little bit, so I really appreciate you guys helping me get there. I have a giveaway planned for the end of this video. I'm probably going to upload a separate video after this, just like explain the rules of the giveaway and everything. But yeah, it's some really cool stuff. I'll show you guys when it gets closer to the end of the stream. I'm gonna kind of leave it like you guys in suspense for a bit, so you'll just be left to wonder like what the fuck I have back here. But I mean, I think it's kind of cool stuff. It's like vintage cryptid stuff. So yeah, I hope you guys will like it and want to enter to win it. So there'll be a few winners for that because I do have some a good amount of stuff. So what this is, it's a Q&A. I want it so I can interact with you guys a bit better. So feel free to ask me questions in the live chat and everything, and I'll answer them to the best of my ability. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me. Bulldog, I know. Hey, Rena, how are you? Thanks for tuning in. So yeah, live Q&A. Feel free to ask me anything, guys, and I'll try to answer to the best of my ability. So Bulldog, I know you asked me about video games. Now, I don't have Hey, how are you? Thanks for tuning in, man. So for video games, hey, thanks, Rena. I really appreciate that. But so Bulldog, I don't have the like any like the newer systems. I don't have a Switch. I don't have an Xbox One. I don't own a PS4. So I really don't have access to some of the newer games. But I do have a GameCube that I do love. It's classic and I love it. I play Super Smash Bros. Melee on that. I play Sword Calibur, Super Mario Party. I have a Wii. I also play Pokemon. I have Pokemon Coliseum for my GameCube. I have a DS. So I play Pokemon Sun and Moon, Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon. If you guys want to battle me, feel free to send me your code, your friend code, and I'll add you and we can battle sometime. I like doing battles with people. It's really fun. And I mostly play PC. I mostly play like some Flash games here and there that are fun on Ancon and everything. So it's pretty fun. I also play League of Legends. If any of you guys play, you can send me your gamer tag and I'll add you on League. And my guilty pleasure game that I played since I was a kid, I just play it every now and then when I get bored, is Wizard 101. It keeps getting a little better. And oh no, I don't know Project Zorgo. What is Project Zorgo? And the worst thing I have ever done, Bulldog. Oh gosh. I'm very critical on myself, so pretty much a lot of things that I do I think are absolutely horrible. But the worst thing that I have ever done. Oh god. Uh what did I? Oh, I'm gonna have to think on this one. I'll try to think on it. I'll try to get back, but I'm just, oh, the worst thing I have done. Ooh, I guess. I'm trying to think here. That's a really tricky question because, like I said, I'm super critical on myself a lot of the time due to like, because I don't know. Okay, yeah, I'll look into Zorgo. I don't know what Zorgo is, but I'll look into it. But Yeah, the worst thing I've done. So, like I said, I'm very critical of myself because I do have, like, I have been for a little while because I was diagnosed with MDD, which is major depressive disorder. So, like, a lot of the time, I just feel like, yeah, I'm a fucking failure. So, I'm really critical of myself a lot of the time. So, the worst thing. Oh, okay. Okay. I think I've heard of this. I don't know. Hmm. I don't know. Worst thing that I have done, though. I would say. I don't know. Like, for me personally, like, I think, like, friendship is, like, an important. Like, friendship is very important to me and everything, and my friends are important, but sometimes, like, I just, like, get too busy and I forget to talk to them a lot of the time, and I just feel really, really bad about that. And I don't know. I guess it's just I just slammed my computer by accident. But sorry about that. I kind of bumped the camera too. So I don't know. I guess I consider that one of the worst things that I kind of do. I mean, I just get busy and I just forget to message my friends and everything. But I mean, I'm sure I've done. I mean, I've done worse in the past. I'm pretty sure. I just can't remember it off the top of my head. But I mean, like currently, I'd say that's just sort of like my biggest issue. Like, I mean, I just get like super busy and I just feel bad because I keep forgetting to message people back and everything, and that just I don't know. It's just not good. I need to work on that. That's something I need to work on for sure. But yeah. So yeah, I've never heard of Project Zorgo. Let me take a look at this. No, I'll look it up later. Um, but yeah, so also some. I do not want Google.com to know my location. But so a little history on the channel too. So when I was younger, shit, I really want a spinny chair. That's really all I fucking want, a spinny chair, so I don't have to sit on these horrible bar stools that are fucking falling apart like every 2 minutes. But anyway, some history on the channel. So when I was younger and everything, ghosts, cryptids, all that stuff fucking terrified me when I was younger. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Ooh, we can talk about that in a minute. I'd be happy to talk about Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. The original one or the bad one starring Johnny Depp, the one that but yeah, I'll be happy to talk about Willy Wonka here in a minute, but so like I said, when I was younger, I was scared of cryptids and the ghosts and everything and all that stuff. Like I had trouble sleeping at night, like when I watched like paranormal videos and stuff on TV, like Ghost Hunters, Ghost Adventures. Um, there used to be this TV show that I used to watch when I was a kid that honestly scared the crap out of me, but now I think it's just fucking awesome. It is called Truth or Scare, and it was hosted by this one girl, not the actual girl who played Buffy, but it was one of the girls who starred in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I used to watch her show, and it was pretty cool. But one episode I watched um, freaked me the fuck out. So yeah, there we go. That show freaked me out when I was a kid, and like all those paranormal shows freaked me out. Like I had trouble sleeping at night and everything, and then I got older. The movie 1979. Salem's a lot. Oh wait, is that one vampire Lex that you sent to my group chat? Ooh, and what is it, right, Coke? But yeah, so then I got older, like in middle school and everything. This TV show. Yes, it is. Okay. Oh, Jim Carrey. Okay. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. But when I was younger, like in middle school and everything, this TV show came on, like two TV shows that I loved. One of them was called The Secret Saturdays, and it was a Cartoon Network show um, about this one kid and his family. They go around and they kind of hunt cryptids and everything and save cryptids from the bad guys, and mainly this one villain named Vivi Argast, he was a creepy villain, but he did the job so well, and it was really cool. And there was a huge plot twist in the end with him that was amazing. So, and the one kid had this power that he could control cryptids and everything, and it was called the Power of Kerr, and it was a really cool show. Kind of really sparked my interest more in cryptids. And then I watched a show on the Sci-Fi Channel with it was called Destination Truth, and it starred this guy named Josh Gates. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine, Rena. But yes, I love Destination Truth. My dad hated that show because the guy he could not stand Josh Gates' voice because he said it was just like low monotone droning on and on and on. But I loved it. It just sort of that really kind of really sparked my interest in paranormal. And then after that, I started watching shows like The Haunted Collector. It's this guy. My dad and I used to watch the show all the time. This guy is he goes around to people's houses, finds a haunted object in their house, and takes it back with them so to stop the haunting. And my dad and I used to make fun of that show all the fucking time because we're uh, like, is it a kappa? Riot Coke? Is it a kappa? And in the episodes, we're always like, "Oh yeah, that flat screen TV's haunted. Let me take that with me too." And oh, is that red? Is that ring real gold? Oh no, I'm gonna have to take that with me. I think that's haunted too. I'll put it in my pawn shop. I mean, my haunted museum. So we used to make fun of that show all the time, and it was a fun show. I miss it. I really miss that show. It was a good time. Then I watched Ghost Adventures. I love Ghost Adventures. That's still a classic show. I actually like Ghost Adventures better than Ghost Hunters, in my opinion. Yeah, honestly, what's your guys' opinion on this? Do you like Ghost Hunters or Ghost Adventures better? Because for me personally, I like Ghost Adventures a lot better than Ghost Hunters. Ever since that one guy left Ghost Hunters, it hasn't been the same since. So I love Ghost Adventures. I love Zach, Nick, all those guys. I think they're great. Yes, I do know that Krampus is the Christmas demon. Um, this Friday actually is going to be my holiday special. So if you want to tune in and watch, I'm going to be talking about like Christmas creatures from all these different mythologies around the world, and it's going to be pretty cool. And I'm definitely covering Krampus for sure in that episode. So if you want to come out and watch that, I mean, feel free. It's going to be a fun time. But yeah, I started watching that, and then I also really liked the show Monster Quest on History Channel, where they send like all these people into the woods and everything, and try to find the cryptid and everything, and talk to people with reports and everything. And it was really cool. It was really cool. Um, I also watched this Animal Planet show that I wish they still aired because it was fucking cool. It's better than that shit Finding Bigfoot show. It was called Lost Tapes. It was all fake. It was all staged and everything, but it was a good show. It was a good show. It sort of like showed like some of the cryptids and like what they would be like in their natural habitat and everything. And it was a really cool idea for a show. I just wish they made more episodes for it. They did an episode on an alien, which was honestly really let down. It was just a wasp. Um, ooh. Now, Rena, you said scariest thing to ever happen to me. Um, does this include paranormal related, or can it just be in general? Because I have an answer for both. I think. If it's paranormal related, I can answer it, or if it's just in general, I can answer that too. So whichever one you want me to answer, or I can answer both. Whichever one you want me to do. Um, but yeah, yeah, I'll answer both. That's fine. Um, okay, so scariest thing to happen to me, not paranormal wise. Okay, so my dad and I, we were walking one of our dogs. We have two little wiener dogs. Their names are Stitch and Ziggy. Stitch is older and he's kind of fat. Um, I was walking Stitch. My dad was walking Ziggy because Ziggy doesn't like people. My dad knows how to keep him under control and everything. Um, I was. We turned this corner and we saw this giant bull mastiff in this guy's yard, which is this really huge dog. That's like five. That's like a 500-pound dog or something. It's fucking massive. And it saw us, it stood up. We saw it was on a chain, and we're like, hey, why don't we just go to the other side of the street? It'll be fine. We go to the side of the street. The dog jumps, breaks the chain, and it comes trying to kill the dog that I'm walking, which is Stitch. So, yeah, I literally had to fight this giant ass dog off. And we were calling for help too. Nobody was coming out, and I I kicked the dog because it was coming at us. I had nothing else to do, but I held back some too because I didn't want to kill this because somehow this was some guy's pet and he loved the dog. So I'm just like, okay, I don't want to kill this dog. I'm just gonna try to push it back, kind of like make it be like, hey, I can hold my own. Back the fuck off before you get smacked the fuck up. Um, so like I'm not a heavy guy. So I take one step on to the guy's driveway after I sent the dog kind of back a bit, and it because I was trying to go up to the door because we were calling for help. Nobody was fucking coming. And the dog, like as soon as I stepped one foot in that driveway, the dog grabbed the back of my hoodie and just like physically pulled me off of the guy's driveway. And then eventually, like after about 5 minutes, it seemed like an hour because like in those situations, like life or death kind of shit, it feels like an hour. And eventually, the owner came out. And he's like, "Oh, he's a good dog. He doesn't bite anyone." And the dog bit me like 3 times. I actually still think I have like he bit my ass and the side and like my kind of like side on my right. I still think I have actually a couple scars of that today. So um we called animal control because there's like a little I do have a scar, yes, actually. It wasn't really a deep bite, but it was just enough. So we called animal control because there's a neighborhood because like in my neighborhood there's like a little daycare with a bunch of little kids around it. And we didn't want and like a bunch of older people who walk dogs and we didn't want anyone else to get hurt. So we called animal control. And the animal control guy came over. He took a look at my bites and he's like, "Yep, it's just enough just to draw blood. It really wasn't. It was just like barely enough to pierce the skin." But I mean, he bit through my hoodie and everything. Like I was wearing like this thick hoodie, and um, yeah, I still have a little scar from it. But so animal control went down to the guy's house, explained the situation, and he felt really bad because the guy, like when we were calling, like when he came out and everything, I think he thought that, hey, my dog just got loose and he just walked over these people and really scared them. Like he didn't know like the entirety of the situation until the guy explained it to him. And it turns out it wasn't even the guy's dog. He was watching it for his friend while he was getting a house built. So the animal control guy called the dog's actual owner, and the owner was pissed because he told the guy who was watching it that it cannot be out in the front yard or in any yard for that matter unattended because it has violent tendencies. So the dog was pretty much placed under house arrest for like a week, just to see if it had rabies or and anything, which turned out it didn't. And I was fine. I had like a 1% chance, and I mean, just that 1% chance, like thinking, oh shit, rabies, just kind of like I was like in high school at the time. I was like 16, so kind of freaked me out a little bit. But I mean, the dog didn't have rabies. I was fine, and then we only saw the dog once after that, just in the backyard, just going to the bathroom, and after that, um, we never saw the dog again. I think the guy took it back with him after that to go um, back to his house. Um, I guess he got his house built in time, but yeah. And then like for like about a year or so after, my one dog would not walk or turn that corner without me being there because he knew that I saved him and he didn't want to go. Yeah, he didn't want to go without me. And for about a year after that, in the guy's yard, the chain was still sitting in the yard. So I'm just like, oh, still like every time I walk by and just kind of down myself, I'm just like, oh shit, this really did happen. Because the chain was there in the yard still. I don't know why the guy didn't fucking move that chain after, like, I don't know why he let it sit in his yard for a whole year, but it was there for a year. So like every time I walk by there, I'm just like, oh shit, yeah, that did happen. And now, but the guy does own a German Shepherd that he rescued from Hurricane Katrina and everything. Or I don't know if it was Katrina. I think it was either Sandy or Katrina. I don't know. But he has a really nice, really tame German Shepherd though. So I mean, he does care about his dogs and everything. And after he realized what happened, he felt really, really bad about it. So, because like either hey Bleach, how are you? Because like either I could have gotten really hurt, or his dog or my dog could have ended up dead from that. So um yeah, I'm glad everyone got out of that like fairly unscathed, but it was a scary situation. Oh no, Bleach, are you sick? Don't die, Bleach, it's bad for your health. But yeah, I'm just glad and bruises. It really wasn't like everyone got out of it. It was a scary situation for sure, but I'm just glad everyone got out of it like safe and sound. Nobody died from it. No, the dogs were okay. Um, so yeah, everything's all good with that. So yeah, that's pretty much that story right there. But yeah, it was a scary time, but at least I got a cool story out of it. I got a cool story out of it. Like all the scary situations always lead to kind of like the coolest stories in a way. So I did get a cool story out of it, which I'm. But yeah, I am grateful that. Oh no! Ooh, you almost OD'd on hot Cheetos and Rockstar Energy drink today. Ooh, fuck. Oh no. I've never had Rockstar. Actually, I haven't had an energy drink before. They just never really appealed to me. And I just have insomnia, so I just kind of tend to stay away from those things. And I never really was a big fan of Cheetos. I mean, I like the baked Cheetos. I just don't like the big Cheeto puffs. But I do like baked Cheetos every now and then. But yeah, ooh, that's not a good combo right there, dude. I hope you feel better soon. Yeah, mine too, mine too. But yeah, Bleach, I hope you feel better soon, man. That's not a good time at all. Yeah, yeah. My thoughts are with you tonight, man. I really hope you feel better. Is it exam week for you? Is that why the hot Cheetos and the um Rockstar? Oh no. Oh, okay. For breakfast. Okay. I like ramen noodles, but I don't know if I can do them for breakfast. I don't know if I can eat ramen noodles for breakfast. So the thing with me and breakfast, I usually have to eat later because, yeah, if I eat something that's like not bland, I usually have to eat oatmeal in the mornings because usually if I eat something like sort of rich, like if I have a fried egg or something, it really, really makes my stomach hurt. Like it cramps up like beyond belief. So I usually have to eat something bland or wait like a little bit later to eat like when I wake up. So as soon as I wake up, either I have to have something bland or I have to wait a little bit before I eat. Otherwise, it's not a good time. But that's why I eat Tums too because those do help me. Not that much, but they do help. So yeah, I just kind of have like a, I guess, sensitive stomach. The doctor said, I gotcha. I wake up too. I wake up late too. But yeah, I mean, I have the doctor said I have irritable bowel syndrome, so I've just been try to change my diet a bit just so I can just so my stomach feel like it's like somebody punched me in the gut and poured acid down my mouth. That's my only goal here. I just want so yeah. I mean, lunch and dinner those are fine. Just depends really what I eat. Like I do eat like fast food. I can do fast food, but everything else is just kind of if I have like something like I said, if I have something rich for breakfast, that sort of fucks me up for a short time, and then after that happens, it's smooth sailing the rest of the day. So if I can make it through breakfast, I'm all good. I'm all good. So just not a fun time though. So just got to be careful with what I eat. Oh no, yeah, energy drinks like really fuck you up. Now, personally for me, like I said, I don't drink energy drinks because I have insomnia, but then I love tea. Tea is really good, and I do really like coffee. Now, for me, I'm really picky about what kind of coffee I like. I do like the sweeteners in there every now and then, but if there's no sweeteners around, I mean, I'll drink it black. I'll drink it black. Um, my favorite coffee is that. Oh, my testosterone. Yeah, I feel that bleach. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, man. But for me, when I drink coffee, like I said, I'm very particular about it. Like, if there's sweetener or creamer lying around, I'll add it to it. I mean, but a lot of times I just like to drink it just straight black. I like my favorite coffee is, which is the really kind of like high caffeine Hawaiian coffee, which is really good. They have samples of it sometimes at my local grocery store, and I'm always like, "Hey, fuck yeah, man! I'll take a free sample of Kona coffee. I love that shit." Ooh, no, I've never had coffee late at night. For me, if I drink anything that has caffeine in it, and I need to try to sleep past like 5 o'clock, I'm up till 2 in the morning. That's how bad caffeine fucks me up. So, um, I like Kona coffee the best. That's my favorite coffee. I like lavender tea. I like jasmine tea. Green tea is really good for you. I like green tea. Um, Also, guys, if you buy that, you know that tea, Celestial Seasonings or Celestial Springs or whatever it's called, or Sleepy Time. You know the one with that little bear on it or whatever, Celestial something. I recently found out that it is made by a cult. So I try not to buy that brand anymore. It's made by like some like weird racist cult that made like their own weird version of the Bible. So I try not to buy that tea anymore cuz yeah, I don't support racism or anything like that. I just try to avoid that. So yeah, I don't buy that. So is tap water. Oh, you were up till 8 a.m. and called it a night. Ooh, honestly, the latest I've ever stayed up is probably till like 4:30, and then I'm just like, yeah, fuck it. I'm calling it a night because I take my medicine, and if I take my medicine like late at night, I wake up the next day probably like at 1 o'clock. So I try to take my medicine at like as early as possible. Ren, hi, how are you? This tap water making me want to join the. Oh gosh, but yeah, yeah, if I take my medicine late, I sleep in like super late, so I try to take it early. It's just mostly for my insomnia because insomnia is a bitch, man. Insomnia is a fucking bitch. I need my sleep, and just that, and the sleeping pills really help with that. So I try to take it early so I can actually get sleep and then just get up when I need to get up. But easier said than done because when you're a college student, you got all this shit. You get all this shit to do. It's pretty hard to get like a normal sleep schedule. I mean, I try to, but I mean, the computer's really fun, guys. The computer's really fun. So yeah, the computer. So yeah, I try to. I've been trying lately to get my sleep schedule on track. So far I've gotten like a couple good night sleeps in a row, and it's been really nice for me. I've been feeling a bit better and more energized. So I've been really trying to work on that. So yeah. So guys, you need sleep. You need to get your sleep. It's important. Um, So I just realized, Rena, I never answered your second question. My scariest paranormal experience. Oh, okay, I'll check that out in a minute, Rena. But I just realized I never answered your second question, which I need to answer. So I feel like I've had an experience with a cryptid before, or and a ghost as well. So I'm trying to think of which one I want to talk about more. And you have a riddle for me, Bleachmane. What's your riddle? I do like the good riddles. Let me take a look what you sent me, Rena. Oh, that's really cool. Thank you so much for that, Rena. That's awesome. Thank you. Yeah, Rena sent me this really cool drawing of a black-eyed kid. I'm gonna get hung up on my wall here soon. So thank you for that. I'll be putting some more fan art up here really soon. So thank you so much for that. That's awesome. But yeah, Bleach, I love riddles, so send me your riddle. Riddles are awesome. Um, but yeah, I'm trying to think. I know I had experience with a cryptid before. I'm just trying to remember which, like, what it was. It's been a while. I do have some paranormal experiences too I can talk about. Oh, okay, that's fine. Yeah, I understand that. A man was awake for 12 days straight. How is he still alive? A man was awake for 12 days straight. Okay, I've heard this one before. I have. I just can't remember the answer. Once you tell me the answer, Bleach, I'm probably just gonna be like, oh fuck, I knew what that was. I just can't remember it right now. But I have heard this before. How is he alive for 12 days straight? Oh no, I know the answer to this. I know the answer to this now. I remembered it. I just remembered it. Um, that's not night. He was awake during the day and slept during the night. So 12 days, he was awake during the day and not the night. I think that's it. If I'm wrong, correct me, but I think that's it. Um so yeah, yes, I got it. I got it. It's been a while since I've heard that one, but I just had to think for a minute. I'm just like, wait a minute. Okay. I do have a riddle for you, Bleachmate, after I tell my story to answer Rena's question. So I'm trying to think. I know I had an experience with a cryptid before. I just I just can't remember that one though. So I know I have though. I know I have. But yes. So my paranormal experiences. Oh gosh, I don't know where to start with this. But I did have a cryptid experience. I just can't remember it, guys. If I remember, I'll post it somewhere and I'll let you guys know when it's up. But I did have a cryptid experience as well. But paranormal experiences, okay. Okay. I'm just reading the chat, but um paranormal experiences. Okay. So there's this little town kind of by my house. Um, it's an old town, like from the 1800s and shit. I mean, it's a shopping district now, like a little shopping town, historical site area. I go there sometimes. I did a ghost hunt there one time. I'm planning on doing one again, and I'm gonna live stream it for you guys. I'll have people with me, and it's gonna be a fun time. So, um, I was just like I said, I was doing ghost hunt with some of my friends there, and um I got this picture in like this restaurant window of like this. It was the restaurant was closed, but actually no, the restaurant was open, but nobody was in the attic. I got a picture of this lady wearing like old fashioned, like old style clothes. Um, and I went inside the restaurant, and it looked like the lady who was in the picture. Um, that I took. So they had a framed picture of the original owner of the house, which is a restaurant now, and the picture that I took looked of the lady in the attic looked like the exact same lady. And my friend took a picture outside of this old church, and he got a picture of like this glowing figure that we could not see at all, sitting on the bench, like a stone bench outside the church, and that is called the Lady in White. So the Lady in White, she's usually seen. I did this was back in high school though. This was back when I had more time though. But the Lady in White, she appears like late fall, early winter, and everything, and she's pretty much there because um, underneath that church is a graveyard. It's called the Lost Graveyard, and that is presumably where she's buried. And she's seen on like early winter, late fall nights and everything, just sort of hanging out by the church. And my friend managed to get a picture of her, so I think that is really really cool. I'll have to show those sometime. I'll post them on my Twitter or something or my Facebook. Um, because Cryptocast does have a Facebook page now. You can guys can go check that out. Um, and yeah, so I did have a riddle for you, Bleach. Um, so the doorbell rings. Get out of bed. The doorbell rings, and you go to see who it is. Um, what? Okay, I'm trying to think of how this went exactly. Okay, okay. So you're asleep. You wake up when you hear the doorbell ring. You leave your room. You go out the door, and you see it's your friend. They want you to go with them somewhere. So you get in their car and you spend the whole day with them, and then you get back home. But what do you open first when you wake up? Like what do you open first? I remember I got this one wrong because it was a challenge, and then I had to make my Facebook profile pic. Then I had to make. Yes, you got it, Bleach. You got it. I first I said the bedroom. Yep, you got it too, Ren. At first I said like I got it wrong when I first heard it. It was a challenge. I had to make a my profile picture on one of my social media platforms a an alpaca for a whole day because I got the riddle wrong. I said you open your bedroom door, but it was your eyes. So I got that wrong. But so yeah, I had this picture of this like really cute like anime alpaca doing Olympics or some shit. It was it was really cool. Um, but yeah, I mean, if you guys have any more questions for me, feel free to ask because I'll answer them. It can be like as simple like, hey, your favorite cookie? What's your favorite ice cream flavor? Do you floss? Do you use two hands when you jerk it off? I mean, simple questions like that. I have seen the Bee movie. I've seen it once when I was younger. Oh god, it's a stupid fucking movie, but that's why it's a meme. So I appreciate the meme side of it. I don't appreciate the actual movie itself because that movie's a fucking train wreck. Do I like jazz? Um, not really too big of a fan of jazz. Um, Mostly for me, I like heavy metal. I like old school rock. My favorite band is Queen. Oh wait, Bleach. Is Chappie the one with the little fighting robot? Oh, if it is, I really want to see that. Oh, I got you, Ren. But no, I haven't seen Chappie. I want to see it. Hey, Ren, can we add that to the watch list? Can we add that to the watch list, please? I want to see that. My dad wanted to see it too, but then he's like, "Yeah, let's not see it because I it got like really bad reviews, and he changed his mind with it." But I've been wanting to see Chappie for a while, so yeah, I do want to see Chappie. I do love movies and I do love music. So if you guys have any questions on movies or music or Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh or my favorite animes, ask me whatever, or like what my favorite cryptid is or something. Feel free to just ask me anything, like anything. The main characters in that movie make their own. Oh, yeah, that's what I've heard. And then they built like a little robot to fight. Honestly though, one of the most depressing movies that I saw with my dad when I was younger was that remake of Astro Boy. That was the saddest I have ever seen, guys. The kid dies in an explosion, and his dad makes a robot copy of him so he can cope with the loss of his son. That was like the saddest fucking movie I have ever seen. That and Where the Red Fern Grows, like I saw that thing when I was like, I don't know, when I was like 10 years old, like the red where the red fern grows, and the first time I saw it, I was like fucking bawling. That movie was so fucking sad. The one dog gets killed by like a mountain lion or a cougar or something. It like dies from like being mauled by one, and then they bury it, and then the other dog dies from depression because it's alone because it misses its friend, and they bury it in the same area too, and like this little red fern just starts to grow where the dogs were buried. It was the saddest shit. I know it was based off a book. I've read the book too, but god damn, that movie was sad. um my major in college, that's actually a good question. I have no idea. Right now, I'm just taking some classes, just getting like all my gen eds out of the way, and then I'm gonna plan on going to like a university or something and just kind of seeing what I can do from there because I do have a few things planned that I do like to do. I like to cook, so my grandparents are like, "Oh, you should be a chef," and I'm like, "Huh, that seems pretty cool. I might like to do that." Then I kind of always wanted to do marketing and everything because you come up with new ideas for companies and like stuff like that. And I do think that is really cool. So I want to do that. And yes, I do want to do a top 10 video on cryptids. So I do want to do that at some point. Then somebody said, "Oh, you should be like you'd be a really good psychologist or therapist. You're really good at listening to people." So that's an option too. And I did take psychology back in high school, and I really enjoyed that. I also really liked what was it? I took somebody said like I do voice impressions, so somebody said, "Hey, you should do voice acting as well." And I'm just like, that's not a bad idea too. I would like to do like voice acting for like cartoons or something for because that seems really fun to do. Um, because I do, yeah, I do voice impressions. I'll do one for you guys right now if you want. I'll do one. Like, wow, Scoob, we're filming a video, man. Right, Reggie. Haven't seen the mostly on paper, boy. Wondering if you're gonna come by and bring me some good news. Oh gosh, what else can I do? Haha, Elmo loves you. Let's play a game with Elmo. Oh, fucking hell. Haha, hiya there, kids. It's me, Mickey Mouse. Oh god, the things I do for this channel, guys. Um, Ohana means family, and family means nobody gets left behind or forgotten. Um, yeah, Lilo and Stitch is my favorite Disney movie, so I'm actually am pretty happy that I can do the Stitch voice. Like, it's been my favorite movie since I was a kid. Lilo and Stitch has always been number one in my spot. Yeah, that's Christopher Walken. Okay, guys, am I good? By the way, am I visible or anything? The stream crashed for a minute, but am I okay? Can you guys see me all right? Please let me know. Okay, thank you, Bleach. Thank you. Um, Christopher Walken. Okay, I haven't heard his voice in a while. I gotta listen to a video of him talk. I want to hear him talk, and then I'll try it.
See the one about lions? This lion is the king of the jungle.
You see the one about lions. The lion is the king of the jungle, you see. I'm Christopher Walken, and I approve this message. That wasn't that good, but it was fun to do. Christopher Walken's a fun guy. That wasn't my best impression, but... Oh, also, the one that I do that really pisses the fans of JoJo's Bizarre Adventures off. The dub just got released for that, and everyone's like, the dub just got released for season 4 of Rohan Kishibe, the manga artist, and everyone is pissed off about this guy because he's voiced by the dude who voices Edward Elric from Fullmetal Alchemist, and in real life, the dude's actually a really fucking creepy dude. He just sort of lurks like at convention halls, just like in the back, selling CDs of him reading the Bible. So you can pretty much buy a CD of Edward Elric reading the Bible from the guy who voices him. And it is the creepiest fucking shit hearing Rohan have his voice. And who, pray tell, are you? Why are you here? Some kind of prank? It is the creepiest shit, man. Oh, fucking, I almost slipped. But, yeah. If you see Vic Managania, Vic McGonigal, Vic Mayonnaise, Vic Mustard, Vic Masturbation, I don't know what his name is, but if you see Edward Elric selling Bible CDs at a Comic-Con, just smile and nod from a safe distance and just walk away. That's my best guess that I can. That's like the best piece of advice that I can say. Just walk away slowly and just smile and nod, walk away slowly. Okay, it's good on my end. I just checked on my computer. The stream seems alright now, I think. Yes, I know. Okay, Lex, I think this is like the second time you've actually seen one of my streams. So let me show you the shit that I sit on. It's a bar stool from my dad's tiki bar outside. Looks pretty nice, right? This is the shit that I sit on, guys. This is the shit that I sit on. I want to get one of those spinny chairs, but I can pretty much get a spinny chair for a reasonable price at Goodwill, like a used one, for like probably about like the most I pay is like $10. And yeah, that fucking clock always goes off. And it only goes off when there's light in the room. So maybe next time I'm gonna try turning this section off of my house of this room, and I'll see if that stops the light from coming on. I mean, the cuckoo clock from coming on, because it's activated by light. If there's no light in the room, it doesn't cuckoo. So I'm gonna try that next time for my stream on Friday. I'm gonna turn that light off. I do need a actually, you know, fuck that, guys. I'm not gonna show you guys a pic of the clock. I'm gonna take you guys to the clock. It's this little shit right here. This is the thing that causes so many problems for me during my streams. We also got a vintage Snoopy phone, but yeah, this is it. And then my dad, he wood carves. He has made everything that you see here. This is like one of the coolest things for me. He made this Santa. This was his very first carving. He did this Native American right here. But yeah, my dad does wood carvings in here. We have these autographed pictures. Debbie Gibson, Sarah Michelle Gellar, the girl who is Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Kelly Packard from Baywatch, Tom Selleck, the original Magnum PI, and then this guy right here is Butch Patrick, the guy who plays Eddie Munster on the show The Munsters. I actually met him at a show that I went to, and it was really cool meeting him. I haven't seen the monsters myself, but my dad seemed happy to meet him, and he's actually a really cool guy. Like, he's a really chill guy. Um, but yeah, that was a cuckoo clock. Some of my dad's wood carvings and some autograph pictures we have, but no, my dad did not make that cuckoo clock. He wants to though. He wants to make his own cuckoo clock. And honestly, I have no idea where the sensor for that is, Ryan. He said try putting tape over the sensor. I have no idea where the sensor on that is. I would if I knew. However, I'm just probably gonna like turn that light off for my next stream, and we'll see what happens from there. So yeah, but this has been actually a really good stream, guys. Thank you all for coming out and supporting this, helping me reach 100. You guys are all awesome. So we got about like 4 minutes left since I'm doing an hour stream, so it's about time that I announce the giveaway. And then after this, guys, but yes, so it's about time I announce the giveaway. I'm gonna post a separate video with this announcing the giveaway after this live stream ends. So let me show you what I have. I think they're pretty cool. I mean, they're not the coolest thing in the world, but they're still pretty cool. There is a set back in the day. They're like little figures that came out with their own trading card game. They're called Monster in My Pocket. It's sort of like the boy version from these were like back in 91. So yes, these were made in 1991. They came with like the little figures and everything. They came in their own packs. These were actually made by what were these made by? Actually, I forgot. But yes, Monster in My Pocket. They were the boy version. They were made to be the boy version of Puppy in My Pocket, which was supposedly the girl version, or Pony in My Pocket as well. I think they only got like a set or two, and after that, they never really picked up. So I went to my local Goodwill. I was looking around there. I found like this whole box of Monster in My Pocket cards. I got the whole set, but I have all these extras right here, which I'm going to give away to you guys. So I'm going to post a video about how you can enter that afterwards, but I'm going to show you guys the artworks on this. So we got the Hunchback. He's like the Hunchback of Notre Dame, and then it tells about him on the back. So it says he's a humanoid born in 1463 in France. He's 5 feet tall, and he lives in the bell towers of French cathedrals. Born with one leg shorter than the other, one eye swollen shut, Hunchback was cruelly abandoned in a church by his parents and raised by a priest. Fortunately, he grew uglier with age. A large wart appeared over his good eye. His uneven teeth grew over his lips, and as a result of not sitting up straight at the dinner table, he developed his trademark hunchback. He later became deaf from ringing the bells in the cathedral. Not a terribly popular fellow. He was befriended by a gypsy dancer. Sadly, she was later executed for a crime she didn't commit. Hunchback murdered her accusers and retreated to the bell tower, where he pours hot lead on top of anyone who approaches. His younger brother turned out to be a great football player, the halfback of Notre Dame. So that's pretty cool. You have quite a few of the Hunchback. So those are going out. So these are going out to somebody as well. We have the skeleton, and I think the skeleton is a really cool artwork. So it says, species, deceased humanoid, died in 1898, 6 feet tall, lives in the closets of old abandoned houses. Although he died nearly 100 years ago, the skeleton still lives on today. Tired of being used as warm food, this beastly bag of bones arose from the ground to menace the ancestors of those who put him to death. The skeleton's bones are magically joined together with no muscles or skin. He possesses great speed and will not hesitate to pull off one of his arms and legs and use it as a club to attack his enemies. As you can see, this bone has not exactly a spineless wimp, for then he'd be called Chicken Bones. He's powerful and scary. You better hope that he doesn't come shake, rattle, and rolling after you. And I've got like four of him, so somebody's going to get some skeletons. Then we have a gremlin, which, um, hold on, focus on that. There we go. We got a gremlin, and it looks more like a water creature than what an actual gremlin is. So it says it's a fairy born in England during World War One. He's 20 inches tall and lives underground near airports throughout the world. Surprisingly enough, these impish monsters are responsible for many of the great technological developments earlier in the century. However, since they never received any credit for this, they have dedicated themselves to making people's lives miserable, especially airplane pilots. Gremlins love to fly, but since they have no wings, they will sneak aboard airplanes and create mischief. This includes changing the plane's direction, breaking the radio, causing turbulence, overbooking flights, and drinking the fuel. They are so fond of gasoline they are known to vacation at major oil spills. So next time you're aboard an airplane and it starts getting a little bumpy, make sure you're sitting in the no gremlin section. It does almost look like a Kappa, except the Kappa's a turtle, but I do have two gremlins, so those are going to someone. Oh, and then this one is really cool. Somebody's going to get this one. This is a griffin. I only have one of these, so this is a really cool card. So it says the griffin is an animal bird born 5,000 years ago in the Middle East with a 15-foot wingspan, and it lives high in mountains throughout Europe and Western Asia. A distant relative of the chimera and the harpy, the griffin is a gigantic flying beast which is part lion and part eagle. The griffin builds its nest from gold taken from the mountains and guards this gold from any enemies who may try to take it. These powerful creatures have huge appetites and are especially fond of horses. They are also known to fly over nearby villages and capture unsuspecting people to be taken back to their nests and fed to the baby griffins. Griffins who prefer these bite-sized humans. So next time the shadow of a dark cloud appears overhead, take caution that it's not a griffin out on a shopping trip. And then right here, I only have one of these two. This is a very nice one. This is Bigfoot. It looks more like a Yeti to me. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. The phone's ringing. But, yes, this is Bigfoot. It looks more like a Yeti, though. Also known as Sasquatch, Yeti, and Alma. Alma is sort of like is like an Asian version of the Bigfoot. I talked about that in my Bigfoots of the World video, which you guys should totally check out. It's a giant humanoid born in the mountains of North America in the 1800s, 10 feet, 5 inches tall, weighing 650 pounds. Lives in mountains and frozen wastelands of North America and all over the world. A huge monster with a hairy body and long arms, big feet, and a hunched back. And a lumbering gait. This awesome creature is part man, part ape, and part NFL linebacker. Although he normally keeps to himself, Bigfoot will attack viciously when provoked, using rocks and boulders as weapons. He is frequently sighted but has yet to be captured. Many trackers who have followed his giant footprints through the snow have never returned. He is known to eat polar bears, Eskimos, and Eskimo pies for dessert, which I think is a type of ice cream. Then I only have one of these as well, so this is kind of a cool one as well. I have not heard of that Bleach Mane. I will look that up, or if you want to tell me about it too, I'll check it out. But I only have one of these as well. This is the Vampirus, so the female vampire. I do have a male vampire in here too, so I have both. So whoever gets the Vampirus will get the vampire as well, because I gotta say it. Species: reanimated corpse. Born 1610, and it's 5 feet tall. Lives in a coffin in Transylvania. As a result of strong bloodlines with the male vampire, the vampiress depends on a constant supply of unsuspecting blood donors to preserve her eternal youth. Sometimes disguised as a bat, black cat, or bloodhound, she prowls at night in search of her next victim, using her sharp fangs to pump their plasma. The vampiress is a striking creature with red eyes matching her dress and long, sharp fingernails, which are also red, painted from her victim's blood. The only safe place to see this brutal, blood-sucking brunette is in front of your TV, as she often moonlights as a hostess on the late night creature feature. So that's pretty cool. And then next up, I have two of these guys. This is a Manticore. I mean, the artwork on these cards is really cool. So these are really cool cards. So Manticore, also known as Manticora or Eater. Born, I mean, it's a species. It's a humanoid animal born over 2,000 years ago in India. It's 12 feet long. Lives deep in the desert in the Middle East. What do you feed a monster that's 12 feet? Body of a lion, the tail of the scorpion, and the head of a human. But in some cases, it's an ogre head. With three sharp rows of teeth. Anything he wants, of course. The ferocious man-eating Manicore has powerful blue eyes and the voice of a trumpet, but don't expect to see him at your next rock concert. This lowlife lives deep beneath the desert, close to the center of the earth. The Manicore runs as swiftly as a deer, has the ability to leap over small buildings. He uses his tail to shoot out poisonous spine-like straws into his victims, through which he slurps their blood. This is not the kind of guy you would want your sister to marry, or then again, maybe it is. So they try to be like funny with some of this stuff, which is actually kind of funny. But um, next up, we have the mad scientist here. So it's kind of like Dr. Jack and Mr. Hyde almost, but the artwork on these cards is super cool. So he's a humanoid born in 1834 in England. He's 5 feet 10 inches tall, and he lives in a large windowless laboratory. Try saying that 3 times fast in London. Talk about your split personality. 1 minute, this guy is a prominent church-going, well-mannered, goody-two-shoes doctor named Jackal, and the next minute, he drinks a secret formula and turns into a sleazy lowlife named Mr. Hyde. Back and forth, back and forth, the mad scientist would change between Dr. Jackal and Mr. Hyde. Finally, he runs out of his formula and is stuck forever as a very wicked Mr. Hyde. He now frequents the bad parts of his town and hangs out with the wrong crowd, and stays out past midnight, breaking every law known to man. A few a few man doesn't even know about. As Dr. Jekyll, he used to help old ladies cross the street. Now he tries to run them over. So that's Dr. Jekyll. Now this is a cool one. This is the vampire, just the normal focus. Come on, focus. There we go. This is just the normal vampire. It looks like he's disgusted with something. So he's a reanimated corpse. Born in Transylvania, 1430. He's 6 feet tall and lives in cemeteries, old castles throughout Eastern Europe. One of the more famous monsters, having appeared in several movies, the vampire is a creature who exists somewhere between the living and the dead. He saw your browser history. Oh gosh, he exists somewhere between the living and the dead. By day, he rests peacefully in his coffin. By night, he's transformed into a bloodthirsty monster. He usually appears in his designer outfit with a matching cape, but will sometimes disguise himself as a bat or a wolf. Then he sneaks into his victim's bedroom, usually that of a beautiful young woman, and with his long, sharp fangs, gently bites her in the neck and sucks her blood. To scare a vampire off, you must use a crust, garlic, or a slice of pepperoni pizza with anchovies. Don't use, if you come across a vampire, do not use anchovies or anything. That will not work. So here's a really cool one that we have up next. This is, or your browser history, right? This is The Rock. Not Dwayne. This could be Dwayne if you wanted to be Dwayne, but it's a rock. It's a giant bird found in the Middle East in 700 AD with an 80-foot wingspan, so it's pretty much like a thunderbird. It's found on the great island of Madagascar, off the coast of Eastern Africa. At about the at about the same size as a passenger airplane, the rock is the largest of the flying monsters. Excuse me. It preys on the elephants, taking them away from the jungles and zoos, carrying them off into the mountains where they are fed to their young, the Rockettes. What the fuck? I get the joke, but it's gonna be Dwayne, yeah. The eggs of the rock restore the youth will restore youth to the elderly. However, the rock is very protective of her nest eggs and will viciously attack any intruding armies or ships dropping huge boulders like bombs from the sky. Some rocks can be tamed with music and even ridden like a flying horse. Their favorite music? Rock and roll, of course. So The Rock was featured in Sinbad, the story of Sinbad. But yeah, I'll probably do a video on that at some point. Oh, next up, we got this really cool guy that people are, I'm sure, are gonna love. Look at this werewolf right here. That's really cool. So the werewolf is a humanoid slash animal descended from Indo-European warriors during ancient times and is 6 feet tall. He lives in cities, dark forests throughout the world. The werewolf combines the intelligence of a human with the strength and cunning of a deadly wolf. In his human form, this quiet and unassuming creature can sometimes be identified by certain features such as hair growing on his palms, long index fingers, eyebrows which grow together, and the worst of all, dirty toenails. When exposed to a full moon, he secretly transformed into a bloodthirsty, growling beast who possesses a craving for human flesh. The only known method of killing the werewolf is with a silver bullet. So, if there's a full moon out tonight, listen carefully to that distant howl. Another victim, perhaps? Next up. Okay, we're almost done, guys. So, yes, we are almost done. Next up, we have this one, which is kind of cool as well. We have the witch. It's a female humanoid. Born sometime during the Dark Ages. 5 feet tall, lives in dark places and all over the world. This black magic woman possesses supernatural powers given to her by the devil. Again, I'm just reading what the card says, guys. If you're a witch, I support you guys. You guys know that. I'm just reading what the card says. This is sort of like the horror movie witch, not like Wiccan or anything. I support. If you guys are Wiccan out there or witches, I strongly support you guys. But yeah, I'm just reading what the card says, so I apologize, but I do support any religion out there. I support the Wiccans. I support. So yes, I do support you guys. I'm just, yeah, no hate. I'm just reading what it says on the back of this card right here, and so this is just sort of like the stereotypical like movie witch, not like the actual witches or Wiccans or anything. But yes, I do support you guys. So no hate. I support you guys. This is a safe space. Like I said before, this is a safe space. So yes, I do support you guys. Um, the witch is famous for casting evil spells on people, bringing them bad luck or turning them into different objects, such as animals, vegetables, or minerals. She has the ability to perform incantations which will make objects move or become invisible. This ugly old hag can easily be identified by a birthmark that is hidden under her armpit or in her hair. Her ability to fly through the sky on a broom is also a dead giveaway. If you ever catch a witch, she can be destroyed by being burned at the stake or will melt if water is poured on her. Wouldn't anyone die if they were burned at the stake? I mean, like, really? However, you might want to grant her one last wish. A spell on your brother or sister, perhaps? So, yes, again, guys, that's just a stereotypical movie witch. If you are pagan or if you're Wiccan or if you are a witch yourself, I do support you guys. I'm just reading what the card says again. So, yes, I do support you guys. I really do. I'm just reading what the card says again. So, next up, we have this one. This one I think is a really cool artwork. This is a winged panther. But look at that, guys. That's really cool. Okay, so a winged panther. It was born 1,000 years ago in South America. It's an animal slash bird, and it's 8 feet long and found in the South American jungles and forests. I'm sorry if you hear that dog barking up there. Is not your ordinary monster. The deadly winged panther sports a pair of eagle's wings on his back. This enables him to hide in trees and pounce down upon his prey from the air. Although he normally limits his victims to unsuspecting sheep and cattle, this beast will not hesitate to attack humans who attempt to steal one of his feathers. For once a feather is removed from his wings, this plucked plumage turns into gold. This cat may have 9 lives, but you've only got one. Are you willing to risk it to put a very valuable feather in your cap? Okay, and now next up, this is actually kind of a cool one. We have the Tyrannosaurus Rex card. It looks like Godzilla, but that is a really cool artwork. And I have quite a few of these and I have quite a few of the T-Rex. I have 3. So these are cool cards, guys. The T-Rex is a really cool artwork. So it says it's a dinosaur and was born during the prehistoric Mesozoic era, 150 feet tall. Oh my Buddha. Remote island in the Caribbean. Tyrannosaurus Rex, or T Rex as his friends call him, is the king of the dinosaurs. He lived in prehistoric times and was thought to be just another old fossil until he was reawakened by a violent earthquake on his remote Caribbean island. Rising from the ocean, he uses his giant stubby legs to kick over anything that gets in his way. And his enormous whale tail can clear an entire acre of land with one wag. Taller than most buildings, this amphibious creature doesn't mess with eating people. He eats whole cities, and usually a suburb for dessert. It's no wonder this entire species became extinct millions of years ago. They probably couldn't find anyone to play. They could probably couldn't find anyone to play with. So now next up, I have two of these guys. These guys are cool. This is a goblin. It looks like he's in a little sewer or something, but that's really cool. Um, so let's read about the goblin. It says he's a fairy, and he was born 100 years ago in France. He's 3 feet tall, lives in underground places throughout Europe. I do know who would like one of those dinos. I really do. I really do, Lex. I do. The goblin is the meanest, sneakiest, and the ugliest of all fairy creatures. Well, that's nice. He stays away from the sun, choosing to live in caves, abandoned mines, and sometimes sewers. Sewers? Cowabunga? I don't know why it says that there, but it does. These hideous bird, these evil beasts will often appear in disguise as a hideous bird or a dog with wings, or big furry cat that will let out a blood-curdling scream if you stretch out your hands and pet it. Goblins possess great strength. Their favorite food is turtles on the half shell. So he eats the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? They are known to steal young maidens who are then forced to raise the young goblins and to serve as dancing partners for these monsters. Their favorite dance? Monster Mash. It's gotta be the Monster Mash, guys. So, yes, we are very close to the end of this, guys. So, I just have a few more left, and then, yeah, I'll make the video about how you guys can win some of these cards. Um, Now these are cool. This is like some sort of Egyptian thing. Look at that. I have two of these guys. It's called Karnak. This is Karnak. That's really cool. So he's a humanoid born 2,000 years ago in Egypt and 8 feet tall. He lives among the Great Pyramids of Egypt. This is a monster of your dreams, or more precisely, your nightmares. Karnak is a large, powerful Egyptian monster with a square head and a mouthful of sharp teeth. Hey, Seth, how are you? In each hand, he holds a human skull. When these are clashed together, he can create violent storms which will ravage the countryside. The skulls also provide the great Karnak with psychic powers to control the minds of his victims. He directs them to destroy his enemies and commit diabolical deeds. If you encounter Karnak, trick him into putting down the skulls, because without these, he's just another big, ugly, run-of-the-mill monster. Well, that's nice. Okay, now this one, I have a feeling this is going to be a fan favorite one right here, because this is a really cool card. I have two of these guys. So, yes, I have a feeling this is going to be a really cool fan favorite. Look at this. I have two of these. This right here is the Hydra. Look at that. That's really cool. He's a giant water serpent born 3,000 years ago in Greece. He's 30 feet tall, 20 feet long, and he lives near marshes near the Lake Lerna swamp. The multi-headed Hydra is one of the most invincible monsters of all time. This flying fiend has count 'em, 9 dragon-like heads. If one is cut off, 2 heads will grow in its and the Hydra's breath is so deadly it makes the Los Angeles smog seem refreshing. That's actually what it says, guys. A quick huff and puff and this monster will do more than blow your house down. He can poison waters and turn lush green fields brown. Since an industrial strength breath mint has not been invented for this beast, you best bet Your best bet is to stay clear of the Lake Lerna swamp to avoid becoming Hydra hamburger. I don't get that, but okay. Now we have okay, yes. So I have one. Let me see, 1, 2, 3. I have 6 more. I'm counting this one. We have Spring Heel Jack, and I have 2 of these guys. So that's cool. He's cool. So he's a humanoid. He's 6 feet tall, and he was born in the early 1800s in London, England. He lurks in the dark alleys of London. The original Jumping Jack Flash. This English monster has been known to terrorize the residents of London by jumping in front of his victims, frightening them half to death. Um, yes, and then disappearing with great leaps and bounds. Springy-heeled Jack wears a strange, shiny suit. Um, Shoots blue and white flames from his eyes and will rip his victim's clothes with his sharp claws. He then jumps hundreds of feet into the London fog before anyone can catch him. This evil boogeyman was once cornered high on the church of a spire where he leapt into the darkness, never to be seen again. Too bad it turns out he was being chased by a shoe company who wanted to endorse him for a new sneaker line, Air Jacks. Now, next up, we have yes, I have one of these cards, and this is the Harpy. So yes, I only have one of these. This is the Harpy. It's a humanoid bird. Born 4,000 years ago in Greece with an 8-foot wingspan, and it lives in the isolated sea in the Mediterranean. On an isolated island in the Mediterranean Sea, I meant. Possibly new season of JoJo stands leaked. Oh, pretty much, man. Possibly the most repulsive creature ever. The harpy is a winged monster with the head of a young woman and the body, wings, and feet of a bird of prey. It has no regard for personal hygiene and an appetite that won't quit. The harpy will strike at dinner time, stealing all the food before anyone else can eat. Discussing table manners include burping, chewing with an open mouth, not asking to be excused, and then flying away with a hideous scream as it throws up on everyone. The harpy will sometimes attack and eat humans, usually criminals and dead people. This beast dislikes the sound of brass instruments such as tubas, and can be repelled by the playing of a band music just before dinner time. So there's that. Okay, now I have 4 more left. We have the Ghost. It looks like Nearly Headless Nick from Harry Potter almost. But yes, this is the Ghost. It's a deceased spirit, can assume any size, lives in old houses where evil deeds once happened. But that's not always the case, we know this. Forget everything you've seen about that friendly ghost in the cartoons. This spooky monster represents the spirits of the deceased being who either met a violent death or was not buried properly. Ghosts are nearly invisible as they roam the night, moaning and groaning, shaking beds, rattling chains, and often scaring their victims to death. A fate worse than being slimed. That's a Ghostbusters reference, I guess. These creatures often wear sheets to be seen. They glow in the dark and have deep set hollow holes for eyes. Don't bother to lock your door. They can walk through walls. So if you see a ghost, quickly turn on a light. This will scare him and may even send him away to where his friends lived in a ghost town near Lake Erie. Okay. Now next up, I only have one of these guys as well. If you're a fan of The Walking Dead, you'll want this card. This is a zombie. The artwork on these cards is really cool. So he's a reanimated human, and he's recreated. We don't know when he was recreated. It says unknown. On averages, he's about 6 feet tall. He lives on the Caribbean island of Haiti. Okay, that's actually now that I actually read that. Now that I actually read this on the card, that's actually kind of like, I don't know. That's kind of racist, actually. Now that I read about it, it says on the Caribbean island of Haiti. Um, how about I haven't seen The Walking Dead. I wish I'm planning on it. I mean, I'd want to see it, but I haven't seen it yet. But yeah, it's kind of bad because I mean, it's associated with voodoo and everything, which people sort of like stereotype and everything. But I mean, it's just another religion. So if you do practice voodoo, again, I mean, no disrespect. I'm just reading what's on the back of this card, and if you are voodoo, I support you 100%. But I'm just reading what's on the back of the card. Um, a zombie is a dead person that has been brought back to life by a Hunan or Wiccan. Again, oh, okay. I mean, it just says that on the back of the card, like that's like the only way zombies can be brought back. So, I mean, I'm just sort of just like specifying that, like, hey, I'm just reading what's on the back of the card. So, I mean, I don't want to offend anyone. I'm just trying to, you know, the robot-like zombies will mindlessly obey their sorcerer and will perform work or carry out evil tasks for him on command. These pale, fleshy monsters only come in at night, searching for victims and sometimes watching a little late-night TV. Zombies can be driven away with fire but cannot be killed because they're already dead. However, you sprinkle salt on a zombie, it will kill its sorcerer and return it to its grave forever. Yes, so again, if you practicing voodoo, I do support you. I'm just reading what's on the back of the card because, like, what I got from the card is just saying that like that's the only way there can be a zombie. There's other ways, but I'm just reading what's on the back of the card. So if you do practice voodoo, I do support you. I'm just again reading what's on the back of the card. And I only have one of these guys left. This guy is super cool. Look at this. This is a Tengu. That's really cool. So the Tengu is a humanoid bird, 8 feet tall, 2,000 years ago in Japan. Lives in the Japanese mountains and forests. These mischievous monsters live inside hollowed out trees throughout the forest in Japan. The Tengu likes to believe he knows everything, but in reality, he can be easily fooled. However, he has a nasty temper, and if you get caught tricking a Tengu, he will sneak up to you in his coat that makes him invisible and either eat you or pick you up in his powerful claws into a volcano. The Tengu can often be seen sushiing just above the ocean off of the Japanese coast in search of his favorite food, raw fish and seaweed. Yuck. So yeah, the Tengu is really cool. So he's cool. And if you believe it or not, guys, like some of the art on these cards, it's not like 100% accurate to what these creatures look like, but the Pokemon, the C dot line, not C dot itself, but and its evolved form Shiftry are based off of the Tengu. Now we are on to the very, very, very last card, and then I'm going to do the video, and which will explain how you guys can win some of these. There'll be a few winners, obviously, because I can't give all of these out to one person because there's duplicates and everything, and I'm gonna give them out to a few people. That's my plan. So I'll figure out how I'm gonna do that, and I'll film the video and I'll upload it right after this. And if you guys want to, I can even autograph one too. If you guys want me to, I'll autograph one. Just if you want, just specify, be like, hey, can you autograph one of them for me? I'll be like, yeah, sure, I'll do that. So the last card we have is the Baba Yaga. Let me get that to focus. There we go. There's Baba Yaga. Okay, so she's a witch found in the Russian forest during the 12th century. She's 6 feet tall, lives in remote areas of the Russian forest. Even Russia has its famous monsters. In this case, it's Baba Yaga. Yes, it is the chicken house one, Seth. Baba Yaga is an evil old hag who flies through the sky in a large black kettle propelled by a fiery broomstick. She's known to give children rides and brings them home for dinner. Unfortunately, the children are the main course. It lives deep in the forest in a tastefully decorated house. It sits atop a hen's legs and is surrounded by a fence made of dead men's bones. Or women too, we don't discriminate here. On the fence are human skulls with candles burning in them. So next time you're outside after dark, look into the sparks from Baba Yaga's broom as she heads out to pick up her next dinner guest. All right, guys, so that's all the cards that I have here. Again, I'm going to send them out to a few winners because there is a lot of cards, a lot of duplicates. So a few people are going to win these. So after this, I'm just about to end it here. And after I do, I'm going to make the episode where you guys can win some of these cards. Since I have like so many duplicates, I don't know how many winners I'm going to have. Um, and when you win, be it's pretty much going to be first come first serve. So whoever messages me first gets to pick up their cards first, and then second, and then you just get to choose from what's left from after that. So it's going to be first come first serve. So, and then I'll get into you. Then I'll get to you about like the shipping details and everything, so I can get you your cards and everything. Like I'll email you over Google or something, and I'll be like, hey, or if I'm friends with you on Discord or something, I'll message you and be like, hey, just give me your shipping stuff, and I'll send these out to you so you guys can get these cards. The contest is probably going to end like sometime like I'd say after Christmas for sure because the post offices are nuts right now, and I don't know if I'd be able to get them out in time. So I'm just going to give it a few weeks just so everybody has a chance to enter and everything, and I won't have to pretty much go to the post office like when it's super crowded. There was a line like out the door of the post office by my house today. It was fucking nuts. So since it's the holidays and everything, and hey guys, this is actually officially the longest stream that I've done. So thank you guys so much. With that being said, guys, thank you so much. 100 subscribers. This is a goal I'm trying to reach for a while. I didn't honestly think I would make it this far. So I thank all of you guys who are subscribed to my channel, and it really means a lot to me because I mean, a lot of people think that like this stream is longer than my neck. I have a long neck, but a lot of people do think that hey, this stream is pretty much like it's like a hotline show, and I mean, yes, they did inspire me to get back into YouTube and everything, but I mean, really, this is just something I'm passionate about. I love the cryptids, I love the paranormal. I just sort of want to just expand my audience to a new reach of people. I have a Tumblr and everything, which is where I started posting cryptids on. I got really popular from there, and I just decided, you know what, I want to make a YouTube channel to post about these things. So it really means a lot that you guys are part of this community, and it means a lot that you guys subscribe to me. So I thank you guys so much for that. But yeah, with that being said, I'm going to post a video about how you can win these cards, guys. I mean, it's not much, but I mean, it's the least I can do for you guys, I can give you. So, I mean, I hope you guys like these. So, if you guys want to win some of these cards, I'll make a video right after this. So, with that being said, guys, if you like this video, be sure to hit that like button. If you disliked it, you can dislike it as well. But also, if you're new, hit that subscribe button as well. What I guess for the future, let's shoot for. I guess in the future. Let's shoot for 200 then. I guess that's my next goal, I guess, to get to 200. So, yeah, if you're new, hit that subscribe button because I would love to have you join this community and everything. We also have a great Discord server with a lot of great people who are really good friends, and it's a really good place. It's a safe space. We have like everybody from like every walk of life in there, and it's just great, and it just means a lot to me. So I really do thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. Yeah, you guys all mean a lot to me. So thank you so much. So and we'll be back Friday with my holiday special. We'll be talking about like the creatures of Christmas and everything. Oh, and thank you, Lex. Thank you. But yes, so Friday will be my holiday special. We'll be talking about the Christmas creatures and all. Thank you, Seth. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much. I'm going to post a video about how you can win these cards. And yes, I will see you Friday, guys. And again, thank you so much for 100. It really means the world. So I will see you guys next time on Friday then. Thank you guys so much. Have a good night, guys.